All right. Welcome to week 6. Special announcement to Bert, who's in the hospital with pneumonia.
Hats off. Yeah.
I texted him today. He says he's doing okay with that. He's excited. He's got a male nurse that's giving him sponge baths and every hour on the hour prostate checks. So
Bert, this video is dedicated to you.
Yep.
Get better. Maybe you'll score 100 points this week.
5 weeks in a row. Sorry, Bert.
5 weeks of 95.
Yeah.
That's probably his temperature right now. That's your goal this week. Beat your temperature, Bert.
Brad won our payout for the most tight end points this week with Julius and Heath Miller. That's the third week in a row Brad's won the payout. This week's payout.
I'd hate to go against Brad this week. He's won money every single week. Who's he going against?
You.
Shit.
This week's payout is total running back points. Trades last week. Bert traded Shady McCoy for Jimmy
total
Graham.
Running back points. People are going to try spend their fab for $10. There's some money to be had out there.
What are you talking about?
There's the big free agent fab running backs. Fab's going off tomorrow. Running back points. Pad your lineup with these running backs.
Thanks, Andy.
You're welcome.
Trader Don traded Steve Smith to Steve Scholl for Zach Stacy and Sammy Watkins. Good trade for both sides. Then Justin traded Larry Fitzgerald for Darren Reeves. Kind of a boring trade. Both players suck. Blake traded A.J. Green, Antonio Gates, and Fred Jackson to Bert for Jimmy Graham, Deshaun Jackson, and Jeremy Hill. So
I got a question.
What?
Bert trades Adrian Peterson for LaShawn McCoy a day later. Adrian Peterson's done for the season, allegedly. Bert trades Jimmy Graham for A.J. Green. The next day, Jimmy Graham hurts his shoulder. And then Bert ends up in the hospital. Can't quite figure out that one.
Voodoo. Andy, you traded Justin Hunter for Allen Robinson and Odell Beckham Jr. from Leaper.
Got the ODB.
And then my dad then traded Larry Fitzgerald for Eric Decker. Then rumor has it you wanted Decker back right away.
Yes. Well, I didn't want to give up Decker, but I didn't have anyone to play if Decker didn't play in the afternoon.
Weird. You could probably use that Adrian Peterson roster spot to pick up a guy, huh?
Peterson will be playing after week 7. Court date tomorrow. 6-game suspension ends in 2 weeks. The automatic new whatchamacallit.
He's automatic release. That's what it will be. My dad then traded.
They're not going to release them, and they're on the hook for $15 million a year.
Tony Romo, Stephen Ridley, your boy Eric Decker, and Niles Paul to Wallace for Justin Forsett, the number 5 overall running back in our league after 5 weeks.
It's fine. He's a number 5 running back, but he carried the ball 6 times last week.
Production's all that matters. For Owen Daniels and Mohamed Sanu. Matchups last week, a lot of blowouts actually. We only have one close game. Your game with Donnie, you lost by 3 points. For some reason, you still feel like the Eagles scoring. I don't know what you're waiting on, but it's not going to happen.
No, I was just discouraged because it's been 3 points, and I had Fitzgerald going 3 quarters to try to get 3 points, and
never happened.
Didn't happen
Because he sucks. You play Brad this week. You're 2-3. Brad's 3-2. Most of the games this week are non-divisional games. You gonna win that one, Andy?
I think I am. I'm gonna surprise him and go in through the back door and knock him off. He's got a little bye week unless he becomes creative. Bye week blues unless he becomes creative. I think I may have him this week. I have some pretty favorable matchups.
Blake at 2-3 plays Don Anderson at 2-3. Donnie, I think's won 2 in a row.
Donnie's a little hot right now. He may regress a little bit this week, but Blake does have a bye to worry about.
Bert plays Andy Wallace. Both of those guys are at 1-4. A loss obviously gives these guys their 5th loss of the season, which would probably be, they could only probably lose 6 at the most, you'd think. But long season. Who's winning that one?
Well, whoever hits their graduating year. So I don't know. Bert, when did you graduate? 67. If you hit 67, you win. Wallace, when did you graduate? 74. So if you hit 74, you win. I'm just kidding.
Wallace is at the hospital rubbing Bert's feet right now.
Oh, that's nice. While he's looking at his laptop when he's sleeping on the drug scene, he's trying to he's fucking with his fab.
I'm 5-0. I play Steve Scholl, the Tasty Hamwald, who's 1-4.
And again, another creative commissioner lineup. He gets Steve Scholl when Drew Brees is on a bye. Nice work, man.
Brandon Cooks is on a bye. PPR gold.
Don't shift. Shifted from Drew Brees, averaging 325 yards a game, and he's on a bye.
Is Brees even a top 10 quarterback this year right now?
Nope.
You'd have to so you have to think about it at least. Leaper at 3-2. He's tied for second in the division, a three-way tie with Drew and.
I think this
Blake.
is the game of the week, actually. I
Plays
like Leaper's,
Justin at 4-1. It is a good game.
I like Leaper's lineup. He's made some moves that paid off for him, and he saved himself a little bit because he ran into a little injury bug, and I think he's going to sit good with Andre Williams. You got Andre Williams, right?
Yep. Big one for Justin. Justin's at 4-1, tied with the division with Todd, who is 4-1, plays Drew, who is 3-2. I think Todd wins this one. Drew's team's going in the wrong direction.
Justin and Todd kind of have a stranglehold on the good division. They got a 2-game lead over the next grouping of shit, myself included.
Yes, that division is terrible, and they're all 1-4 except for you, aren't they?
No, I think we have 2 2-3s, 2 1-4s, and 2 4-1s.
Yeah. Josh and my dad play. Both are 2-3. That's a divisional game, actually, I believe. And then somebody has to be a divisional game. That's gotta
No,
be
Josh is in our division.
And I don't know who the divisional game is this week. Someone's got to be it.
Why? It's 7-7. Just everyone crosses.
Everyone crossed this week. No divisional games this week.
I'm going to go out on a limb. I think that's a big game, too, because I think the winner of that game makes the playoffs. Loser does not make the playoffs. Both teams, I think, have great teams, but they're going to fuck each other.
Josh is hurting probably without Reggie Bush. Marshall has to get back on track.
Joyce Bell. He'll probably trade Des Bryant this week to get someone else and then trade back for him again next week.
I'd trade for Des.
Gotta throw Des out there. You probably get whatever you want.
So who's winning? You say it's the big matchup.
I think the Panty Hamsters are going to find a nut in that hole.
Anything else you want to talk about, Andy? Seem you were chatty this evening.
I'm just making shit up as I go.
You should have a podcast.
Did you fart?
Oh, yeah.
Fuck! You don't fart on film, dude! What the hell? That's freaking horrible. Smell. That's horrible. You don't fart on film.
Hey,
my God, it's
last
worse.
week I asked you if you said there was going to be any big trades, and you said no, and then the next 12 hours later for trades LaShawn McCoy.
That was a big trade. We skipped over that trade, by the way.
LaShawn McCoy for Jimmy Graham?
Oh, yeah, then I kind of hijacked your conversation when I talked about Bert getting rid of the guys and then they get hurt.
Bert's made a big trade every week.
You know what? Bert, you're in the hospital. Don't do anything with your roster. You don't touch your roster, you'll score over 100 points. You've touched your roster every week and you haven't broken temperature. That's 98.6 for you Iowans.
What's the Thursday night game? The Texans and the
Texans and the Colts. A lot of fantasy value in that game. We got Andrew Luck going, who's been solid. If you haven't got an Ahmad Bradshaw, if you have not got an Ahmad Bradshaw trade offer, my guess is you'll get a few more before tomorrow, if not more than one. Who else is running back? Trent Richardson for the Colts. T.Y. Hilton, I'll take T.Y. Hilton. I love T.Y. Hilton. Any
other fun facts you want to share?
Fun facts? What do you mean fun facts?
Whatever is off the top of your head.
You fucked up? All right, fun fact. Who has led the AFC? Who's had the most rushing touchdowns in the AFC since 2012? Here's a hint. He was traded this week. Nobody wants to start him. Not even the coach of the team wants to start him.
You just told us this 5 minutes ago and I forgot it already.
The answer, Stephen Ridley's led the AFC in touchdowns since 2012. Coach doesn't want to start him. He's been traded 3 times already. Wallace is finally starting him, but that's because he doesn't have anyone else to start.
every Tuesday when Andy comes over here, like right when he walks in, he always like rambles off with a fun fact like within 2 minutes of being here. So, anyways, that's what we're laughing about. But yeah, have a good night. Hopefully Bert gets well.
What the hell? It's like a gum.